Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Tawanda, and I'm the Migraine Crafting Diva. And on this channel, I do decorating on a budget, DIYs, and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. And today's DIYs will be 6 fall DIYs. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our first DIY number 1. So I have these 2 pumpkins from Target. They were $1 a piece. And then I have some of my favorite ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I got that last year at the after fall sale for 90% off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue the 2 glass pumpkins together, and I'm going to take that ribbon and tie it around or tie it in between both of the pumpkins where I hot glue them. And then I'm going to go ahead and just dab a little bit of glue on the ribbon so that it'll lay flat. And I'll go ahead and cut the angles on the ribbon, and then I'm going to add a couple of leaves off of another DIY project I was doing, and I just thought that it needed something else, so I went ahead and just pulled a piece of those leaves off, and I'm going to add those to the ribbon. And then I felt like it needed something else, and so I grabbed this berry pick and pulled off a couple of the little berries and hot glued those onto the leaves. And that is going to be it for this DIY. Really easy, cute, and simple. Let me know what you think. And I would just like to take the time out to thank all of my subscribers for continuing to watch my videos. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope you'll stick around for a while. And I do really appreciate you all taking the time out to watch my videos. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. So for this DIY, I have this wine cork that I picked up from the Habitat that was on sale. I think I paid 50 cents for a bag of 20. And then I also have this cake pan that I picked up from the Habitat. I think I paid 80 cents for it. And then I have some ribbon here that I purchased from Hobby Lobby, but I decided not to use that. And then I have this fall sign on a piece of lace. The fall tag came from a DIY I did many years ago that I just kept the tag off of, and I just added a piece of lace to it. And I went ahead and tied, I hot glued the lace around the fall sign or fall tag. And then I'm going to add some more of my favorite ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I'll go ahead and cut the ends off, and then I felt like it needed something else, so then I went back and added some of the lace ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I just tied a little bow and hot glued that to the top of the stem. And that is going to be it for this DIY. Most of these DIYs are going to be really quick and easy and simple. The last 2 are the ones that took the longest, but the first 4 are pretty simple. So yeah, this is going to be it for this DIY, and I absolutely love it. I actually have this in my dining room up under one of my cake stands. So I might insert a picture of how I have it decorated. Yeah. So here's the finished product, and here's me adding that bow a couple of days later because I just felt like it needed something else. And I'll go ahead and just cut those ends off, and that is going to be it for this DIY. Really easy, cute, and simple, and really budget friendly. And I would just like to say that if you have a Habitat, I would definitely check them out for items to do your DIYs and crafts with. They also give, they have a list of discounts that they give on a daily basis. So like if you're a veteran, I believe we get discounts on Tuesdays, and if you're in the medical profession, you get discounts on Saturdays. So I would definitely check them out. So we are moving right along to our next DIY. So this DIY, I picked these pumpkins up from Ross last year, and they're really heavy. I believe I paid $4.99 for them or $3.99 for them. I picked up 2 of them, and I did a little DIY on them last year, but when I pulled them out this year, I just decided I didn't like what I had did. So what I'm doing now is I took some of my favorite Waverly paint plaster, and I'm just going to go around the whole pumpkin and add and paint it with the plaster. So I'm going to give it 1.5 coats. So just the areas that I missed, I went back and just redid those areas. Just going down the creases just to, or the middle of the pumpkin, just to take a little bit of that plaster off, because I did add, I can't remember which paint I added to it last year, but you can see the difference. So the one on the left is the one that I added the plaster to, and the one on the right is from last year. So let me know which one is your favorite. I absolutely love the one that I did this year. So we are moving on to our next DIY. So I have this tablecloth or table cover from Walmart. I think it was like $3 and some change, and I love the pattern on it. So I decided I was going to make a pillow out of it. Now I've never made a pillow out of a tablecloth before, and this is like that plastic tablecloth, but it's really sturdy. So, and I'm going to put this outside. So I figured this would be just a nice decoration with a nice pop of color. So here I'm just trying to cut out the fabric, or cut out the shape for my pillow, and which took a long time because I just, the tablecloth is so big, it was just kind of hard to maneuver it how I wanted it. So I have quite a few jagged edges from me cutting it. So here I have a pillow. So I have a lot of pillows that I have throughout my house, and what I've started doing was taking all of the pillows out of the pillowcases and just keeping the pillowcases and just getting rid of the pillows, because I really like to use the feathered down pillows, and I have enough of those where I can just kind of just take off the covers and just change the covers out, and that way it'll actually save me some storage room because I have so many pillows. So I actually ended up running outside to my shed and just grabbing one of those pillows that I was going to get rid of, and here I am just I started off by placing the pillow into the pillowcase, just to kind of figure out how I was going to do it. And I started hot gluing it that way, which was a bad idea. So if you do decide to do this DIY, just go ahead and just cut your shape first, and then go ahead and hot glue your fabric together. It's much easier that way. So you can see the jagged edges there too. So here I am just kind of flipping it inside out, and this is what it looks like after I hot glued it. Now I usually use the B7000, the fabric glue, but because this is my first time doing this, I just used regular hot glue because I really wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, or if the glue was going to melt it or not. So here I am just putting the pillow inside, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut the bottom, because as you can see, I told you that it's just a hot mess the way that I cut it, because it was really difficult. But here I am just cutting everything even, and then I'm going to fold the edges inside, and you'll see me doing that here. So I'm going to fold them, and then I'm going to hot glue them together. So I'm going to fold both edges down, and then I'll hot glue those edges together. So I don't know if so you can see what I'm doing here. And that's how I'm going to do it. And then I'll go ahead and start to hot glue it, so that it kind of gives it a clean look. And yeah, that is going to be it for this DIY. And this pillow is so pretty. I'm going to put this outside on, I'm not sure if I'm going to put it, I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, but I know that it's going to go outside for some of my outside decor. But I think it turned out so nice, and the colors of this fabric it's so pretty. So yeah, let me know what you think about this pillow. And this is the finished product, and I think it looks so good. Look at the colors on that. That is so pretty. Okay, so we're moving on to our next DIY, which is also going to be a pillow. And I would just like to say that I did lose the footage for the beginning of this DIY. So I will insert a picture of the napkins somewhere on the screen. So I picked these napkins up from Hobby Lobby. They were 50% off, and these napkins are so pretty. And then I also have this pillow cover that I picked up from Amazon. I think I've had this pillow cover for about probably 5 or 10, probably, I don't know, 5 to 7 years maybe. So I ordered these pillow covers, and they were actually too small. And by the time I opened them up, it was too late for me to send them back. And I actually thought I had donated these when I was getting rid of a bunch of stuff, but apparently I must have donated one and not the other, which is fine. So I'm just going to use this pillowcase. And also too, I added a piece of cardboard inside of the pillow, and then I went ahead and taped around the edges. So here I am, and the reason why I went ahead and taped around the edges is so that I'll know exactly where I wanted to put the napkin, because this pillowcase is actually, it was like a really cheap pillowcase, and it's not really that square when you're trying to do, to be able to do this kind of project. So that's why I went ahead and just kind of taped it off so that I'll know exactly where I wanted to put my napkin. And I'm also using the back side of this pillow cover, this pillow insert, instead of the front, because the front has like some type of design, and I didn't think I could Mod Podge the napkin on top of that, so I did it on the back because it had a flat surface. And I'm going to use some of the outdoor Mod Podge, and I'm just going to do it in sections. So you can see here that I'm just doing a little section at a time. And when I lifted that up, actually here, when I put the started to use the saran wrap, I actually put a hole in the napkin, but you'll see me go back and remedy that. And once I have it completely, once I put the napkin down completely, I'll go ahead and take another napkin and then just cut off a little section to repair that place, that area that I tore the hole. So here I am, just getting everything how I wanted, and like I said, once it's complete, I'll go ahead and repair that area. So here it is after I've Mod Podged the napkin completely down. I'm going to go ahead and just figure out what section of that napkin I need to cut off, and then I'll go ahead and add a piece of the blue pumpkin to that area. And once it's completely dry, you can't even tell that I actually tore that napkin, so that is a plus. Everything just kind of lined up perfectly. So I let this dry overnight. This project took about 3 days, so I let it dry overnight, and then I had to do another layer of Mod Podge. So the second layer of Mod Podge, I actually ended up finding my fabric Mod Podge, so I went over it with the fabric Mod Podge. Now I will say I kind of wish I would have just went ahead and just used the outdoor Mod Podge for both layers, because once, and I don't know if it was a combination of both of the Mod Podges or not, but it's actually the pillow, is really shiny. So the fabric is really shiny, which is fine because I do plan on putting this outside. So I guess it'll have like an extra protection, but if you don't want it to be really shiny, I would probably just, for some reason I think the fabric Mod Podge might be, I don't think it's a matte Mod Podge. I need to check. So I would probably suggest, if you do want to do one of these, do this project, or even if you just want to just not do a pillow, but if you want to use that Mod Podge for something else, I would probably make sure that I get the matte one if you don't want it to be shiny. So here I am taking some of that Dollar Tree lace, and I'm just going to wrap it around the edges of the napkin because I kind of felt like it just needed something else. And I'm just going to go around the whole napkin. I'm not going to cut it or anything. I'm just going to leave the ribbon like it is, and just kind of go around it so that it all just looks like it looks really clean. And yeah, this napkin turned out so nice. And I had planned on using it outside, but I actually do have it in my living room decorated. So I do plan on going outside today to start doing my fall decorations. I'm on the fence on if I'm going to put this outside or not. So here I'm just going to kind of fold the edges in, and I'll just glue them in, hot glue them. And I just love the way that it all turned out, and it just looks so clean and simple. So but yeah, so, and I would say, even if you're not going to use a napkin to do this kind of DIY, I would really suggest that you go and get these napkins from Hobby Lobby, because these napkins are gorgeous. I love the way these napkins look. I love all of the colors. So, but yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and stuff it with some of my old pillow stuffing, and that is going to be it for this DIY. Let me know what you think. I absolutely love the way it turned out. So we are moving on to our last and final DIY. So here I have these pumpkins from Joann's. I have 3 bags of them, and then I have some paint stir sticks. I have a piece of scrap wood, some wood filler, and I have this Rust-Oleum, I think it's rustic paint. And then here and then I attempted to write down the measurements. I'll go ahead and stick those up on the screen. I am not great at measuring, so hopefully I give you the proper measurements. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the stems from all of the pumpkins, and then I'm going to go ahead and take them outside and give them, I want to say I gave them 3 coats of spray paint. So while these are drying, I came back inside and worked on my tray. So I took my scrap wood and I took the paint stir sticks, and I'm actually using the larger ones instead of the smaller ones. And I went outside and used my miter saw for the first time. I cut these pieces by myself. So I'm going to go ahead and take the paint stir sticks, and I'm going to position them how I want them. And then I'm going to use some of the Dollar Tree wood glue, and I'm going to also use my nail gun. So it took me quite a bit of time to get the nails in, because I was doing this by myself. And but yeah, so here I am just adding the Dollar Tree wood glue, and then once I have it positioned how I want it, I'll go ahead and take my nail gun and just add a couple of nails to make sure that everything holds properly. And yeah, so you'll see me trying to do this by myself, which was kind of difficult. So it did take me a little bit of time to get everything like I wanted it, but in the end product is, I love it. So once I had the tray put together, I took some of that wood filler, and then I filled all of my nail holes and any other areas that needed to be filled, and then I went back and sanded those areas down. So here I am just kind of showing you what I did. Now I wish I kind of would have used a different wood filler, but this is fine. It still ended up turning out nice. So here are my pumpkins after they were completely dry, and then I just decided they needed something else, of course. So then I took some of the white Waverly white paint, and I just added some water to it, and here I am just kind of sprinkling that onto the tops of my pumpkins. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the stems back, and I'll show you a close-up of one of them here in a little bit. So this is what it looks like after I put the sprinkles on it, and these look so nice. I love the way that they look. I'm just so happy that I spray painted these instead of leaving them the color that they were. Ooh, excuse me. So here I am just adding the stems back to all of my pumpkins, and then I took a couple of these Dollar Tree wood blocks, and I believe I glued 4 of them together just to give my tray a little bit of height. So I went ahead and glued 4 of those together, and I made 4 total. And I'm going to hot glue those to the bottom of the tray, just so that, like I said before, so that I can give it some height. So once these were dry, so I set them aside to let them dry completely. and then I went ahead and started to paint or stain my tray. So I started off with some water and some Waverly because I didn't want it to be too dark, and then I added a little bit of the white Waverly white paint also, and then I mixed that all together, and I went ahead and started to stain the tray, which I thought it was too light, so then I added a little bit more of the antique wax, and then I went ahead and just went with the process because I wasn't really sure. So I was just like, I'll just go ahead and just go with the flow and see what happens, and I'll just trust what I am doing and trust the process. So I went ahead and stained the whole tray with my mixture, and I thought that it looked a little orange, or it looked a little too, it wasn't what I was going for. So then I ended up just taking some of the Waverly and going over the whole tray, and I still did not like it. And then I looked at it a little bit more, and then I just decided to go back over it with the Waverly white on top of what I had already did, and I like that so much better. So here I'm just adding the some Waverly white paint to it, and I just thought that it gave it the look that I was going for, because I wanted it to look rustic and not like, I'm really not sure. I wanted it to look more farmhouse rustic, I believe, but I didn't want it to be so dark. I was actually going for a lighter look because of the pumpkins being the color that they were, and I didn't want it all to kind of just blend, you know. So I went over it. Oh, excuse me, I can't get my words out. So now I'm just adding the Waverly white, and I just love the way that it actually turned out. It looks so much better, I think, anyway, but you'll just let me know. And so I did the backside also, and here I am just adding my little legs to the tray, and I'll go ahead and get those hot glued on, and then I'll go ahead and add my pumpkins. And I love the way that this look. And originally I was going to glue the pumpkins to the base of the tray, but then I decided not to, because I felt that I could remove those pumpkins and I could add trees for Christmas, and then I can add bunnies or chicks for Easter. So but yeah, so this is going to be a multi-purpose tray, and I just love the way that it turned out. So here I am just adding those pumpkins, and yeah, let me know what you think about this DIY. I absolutely love the way that it turned out. And that is it for today's video. I would like to thank you for spending part of your Sunday with me. And if you like what I am doing, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it. And I hope you have a blessed day. And I'll see you next Sunday. Goodbye.